We are 15 minutes away from Chicago live in concert here from Boston, Massachusetts. Hall & Oates, two good guys, huh?
Those guys were a lot of fun, really. I mean, they've been together so long. They know each other so well, and the way they performed on stage tonight. I can't believe Daryl Hall still hits those high notes, but he does.
Well, I talked to the Chicago guys, the horn section from Chicago. Here's Lee Walton James. Let's dish some dirt here, okay? Your backup band is, back in their room. Let's get into let's
and practicing so their notes are perfect behind this horn section.
Bottom line is, horn section is the heart and soul of Chicago. Back me up.
That's right. Definitely.
We are the trademark that makes this band tick.
We got to throw this man a fish, or at least $100 for saying that. I like that. And you know what? It's the truth. We used up all the makeup, so they're out of that. Now we're going to use up all the time. How about that?
Of the other three, which one's the biggest pain in the ass?
Oh, they're all pretty much. Yeah.
They're all prima donnas. They're all prima donnas. They always get the best dressing rooms.
You got a dead heat on the merry-go-round, and if we could put them in the portatory and give us the big dressing room, we'd try to do that.
Now, you guys have never been live pay-per-view before.
This is the first time. We're excited.
Are you nervous?
I'm scared.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I'm really scared.
I can't do this. I got stage fright. I already blew chow in the dressing room. I had breakfast and dinner, and it's in the dressing room, so I can't go.
We're on in minutes. We're on in minutes, you guys.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Scare me now.
What do you guys do to warm up the brass section here? What are you guys doing?
Scales. That's it.
What are you doing that for?
That's it.
This is old stuff for you guys.
Yes, I can. I like it.
You've been doing it for 30 years, for crying out loud. You know what to do.
So why do we have to tell you?
we know what we're doing.
How do you keep it fresh 30 years?
Every crowd keeps it fresh, because every night is the first night. The songs you play every night, night after night, year after year, but that audience is different every night, and it's that different combination of circumstances that makes the songs fresh. And tonight is like the first night in our career, and then compounded with this. It makes it even more.
We're also
exciting.
perfectionists.
How about the favorite song for the horn section?
Anyone that I have a solo in is fine with me.
Now, you guys are on the same bus together when you tour?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you have little nicknames? Who's the stinky one on the bus? Who's the one that passes the most gas here?
You know what? We can't let that one out of the bag. We can't let that one out of the bag.
Not me, man. Not me.
He eats a lot of horse food, oats and stuff like that, and pinto beans. So
seriously, how do you do it? You're in the bus, and do you fight?
Fight? We watch TV.
And we read. Actually, as the tour progresses, the movies become more and more violent. And we kind of feed on this violence because it takes the edge off the road. When you're living out of a suitcase for 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time, that time on the tube is your time, and you can just let it all hang out. And we've graduated from
Snow White,
from Home Alone to The Bad Lieutenant, in 3 days, and then we're moving towards snuff films any second. I mean, it's getting to the point where we're going to have to be locked up if this keeps going any longer. They have the straitjackets all ready for us in the back of the bus.
You guys are on in minutes. Get fired up. We feel good tonight.
Oh, yeah, we're ready. We're ready for this.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome to Boston. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It's a
Pleasure.
No question, 3 stand-up comedians right there.
Well, these guys have nothing better to do. I mean, all they're doing is blowing in horns. You know what I'm saying? They're not singing or anything, so while they're blowing in horns, they're thinking of jokes. That's them.
These guys are killer, no question about it. We're just minutes away from Chicago on stage here in Boston. Now, I also spoke with the vocalists from Chicago, Robert, Bill, and Jason. Where are all the naked ladies?
I think they played at City Hall yesterday afternoon.
No, I mean, come on. We're back here, and what's going on back here? Years ago, would you guys party it up big time?
Yeah. Yes, as a matter of fact, man, it would just be so what else is new?
Now, it's interesting because a lot of the rock and rollers out there these days are becoming injured. A lot of illnesses on tour. Mick Jagger. You've got Billy Joel, Steven Tyler. Anybody break a foot or a finger or anything on tour yet this year?
Not this year. You broke a knee one year, didn't you?
Yeah, that was right before a tour over in the Far East. So that was pretty interesting, being operated on and being on stage 11 days later in Singapore and hobbling around. But we're okay this tour so far.
You guys all look too good, too. What's going on? Let me look at this guy right here.
It's it's a matter of survival. As a matter of fact, I broke my leg in '75 backstage in D.C. and continued to tour on crutches, having to be lifted on stage by guys bigger than you.
No kidding.
And the only way to keep from breaking legs and fingers and things like that, really try to stay healthy. I mean, we've been doing this for about 30 years. You think we might have learned something about staying alive, staying healthy.
Well, welcome to
picking up soap in the shower.
Well, welcome to Boston. You're playing Harbor Lights, and this is your first really live pay-per-view event. Is this exciting for you?
Yeah, we have no idea what's going to happen. Live TV is always an adventure. I mean, I hope that when the cameras roll, that we'll be on stage and playing, and not back here chasing around naked bodies. Yeah.
Now, any truth to the rumor that you guys are actually from Indianapolis and didn't care for the name Indianapolis and then went with the whole Chicago thing?
Man, you got it. It's true.
He nailed it.
That's
Secret
totally
town. That's
true.
what 25 or 6 to 4 really means.
When you saving that song?
Well, it's like 25 or 64 backwards says Indianapolis.
You didn't know that.
Let me ask you this: you're playing outside under 10 here. Do you prefer to play outside? Is it a different scenery for you?
Boy Scout camp. No, I'm sorry. No, it's we carry our own equipment, our own monitor scene, our own. We're playing through the same equipment every night, so kind of doesn't really make any difference where we are. It always sounds a little different, but not that much.
After a show, do you guys hang together? What do you do? Do you go out to eat?
Get on a bus, eat, sleep, show up at the next town.
Do you say that? You get off stage. Do you say, all right, where's the next place we're going, or do you evaluate the show? Or what happens?
Now we're down to the Book of Lies. The Book of Lies is this little book that tells us where we're supposed to be in the next town. It is occasionally right. Occasionally you look on the page that says the same date as your watch, and you're actually in the town that the book says, but that's only occasionally.
30 years you guys have been playing. Which one's the oldest?
I think Jason's the oldest, actually.
I am, yes.
The guitar player's the oldest. Yeah, Keith's the oldest.
The crowd is fired up for you guys here in Boston. Welcome to Boston. My last question is, how long did you guys have to sit in traffic?
Actually, it was pretty good. It was tougher getting through the parking lot.
Good luck to you guys tonight. Have fun, and welcome to Boston.
Cool. Really good night.
What a bunch of good guys, huh? We hope you had just as much listening to Chicago and watching them as we did talking to them. Now let's take a little insider's look to one of the greatest rock and roll bands, live or in studio, Chicago.
I don't even think we realized what we were committing to. This is something different for all of us, and it may even be something different for people who eventually hear this music.
We sat around Mike's apartment table February 15th, 1967. Because what we're going to do here is going to be history. A rock and roll band with horns.
The first night, we had a toast and said, let's do this for as long as we can.
We truly were meant to be. And it's star-crossed, and I could give you all kinds of reasons or whatever for it. But I don't know. We're just going to walk it like we talk it.
And I've always said that every song I ever wrote, was improved once the band started playing.
And all of our songs essentially were reality songs. My songs were all reality songs.
After we went out on the road and I saw that they accepted me, that's when I felt, okay, you're in.
In fact, Make Me Smile was Chicago's first hit single. And I was driving in my car down Santa Monica Boulevard to Beverly Hills, and I don't know, I was going to the beach or something, and I turned on KHJ, which is the big station in LA at the time. And I hear the DJ goes, well, we have this new a song by a new band, it's called Chicago Transit Authority. And I went, oh, cool. All of a sudden, hey, man, I opened the window. Hey, I'm on the radio. It was the ultimate rush in my life.
They're truly the only band to have hits in 4 decades. With What Kind of Man that Jason sang in 1990, to the song of the year in 1988, Look Away, back to Just You and Me and whatever, to Make Me Smile back in the 60s and stuff. You know, we've had hits in 4 different decades. And I'm going to serve notice right here on camera that come the year 2001. The Brandenburg concertos for the last couple days. I've been grooving on Bach, and it inspired this arpeggiated piece. You know, do 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 do, just simple arpeggios. And I needed a melody, and I heard this. I didn't hear guitar. I didn't hear rock and roll. I heard something more classical. And I woke Walt up out of a sound sleep, and I said, "Get your flute, get your flute." And I come down with my flute, and he says, "I got this da 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 da." Well, what if we did this here and that here? And it was really his show, man. Then he looked up at me, and 2 kids, and he said, "What do you think of this?" I said, "It's going to make me famous."
The longer that you're around and the more songs you've written, the more difficult it becomes to not repeat yourself and you know, continue that process of every time I write a song, I learn something. Chicago's going to keep going on seemingly forever. And I guess as long as we want to do it, we can keep going. This is not brain surgery. This is music.
Those years of playing top 40 in nightclubs, I can say single-handedly got me into this band, because when I went to audition for them, they told me to learn 3 songs. And I said, let's try something. I mean, I've heard you guys on the radio so many times. I mean, let's just try something. And they said, well, what do you want to try? And I said, just you and me.
People come to see us in concert. A lot of them don't realize that we can play up-tempo tunes until they actually see us perform. These guys are pretty good. They can play.
Yeah, we are getting you psyched up. You got to be psyched up by now, huh? All right, let's go over to this. Let's go over to the stage now and check out one of the best live performances you'll ever experience. It's Chicago.